Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Red Brothers podcast. I'm Victor,
And I'm Alex.
and another day, another Liverpool win, and another massive step towards the title for Liverpool.
These are things you love to see,
Oh,
genuinely.
Absolutely.
I think Anfield was electric last night.
Yeah, it was
Amazing.
brilliant, and all the players got their chance. McAllister made a tackle way before he scored his goal, some point in the start of the second half, and the whole crowd singing his name. They were cheering for everything,
Yeah.
and it was great to see.
Exactly. I loved it. Genuinely, it was such an entertaining match. We so the players, so much energy, the stadium, so much everything.
And
Amazing. Just
as
amazing.
well, just to sort of what I think showed Liverpool's performance, just watching some of them Salah dribbles, unbelievable.
Yeah.
He just weaves in and out of men like there's no tomorrow, and no one else can do it like him.
I mean, he wanted that goal.
He wanted it
that
so
goal.
bad.
And he knew we're not going to lose. So
It's unfortunate that he couldn't get it, though. Really unfortunate for both him and us, because we want him to be breaking every record this season, because
Of
he's
course.
on the path to do that. But obviously, another assist, which now puts him on 17.
yeah,
We have 10
outrageous.
games left, I believe, and he's already on 17. And Henri's record was 20.
That is mad.
There's 10 games
Mental.
left, so he's definitely going to pick up at least 3 assists, and God knows how many goals in them 10 games.
You reckon he can get 30-30?
No, not 30-30. I don't think he could get that many assists.
That
but
would be amazing.
I think he'll hit the 30s. I think the real question is, can he break Haaland's record?
Goal scoring record.
36 in a season.
I don't know.
I mean,
was it
that's
not
the
41?
No, it's 36.
I don't know why I thought it was in the 40s, but
No. Salah had it at 32 or 33, I think. 32 in 2017-18.
yeah, 2018.
And then Haaland broke it in his first season. So, as a sort of, if it is Salah's last season, as a goodbye present, snatching that chain back off Haaland.
yeah.
Interesting. And obviously, if he
Sorry.
does choose to stay, then we've got another season of excellence from Mo to sort of look forward to.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's phenomenal. And I don't think that he's going. I don't think people are truly appreciating where he ranks amongst the other wingers in the Premier League history. He must be the best.
There's no debate. I
He
hear
must be the
Ronaldo.
best.
I hear about Ronaldo because he won the Ballon d'Or. I get it, but if Salah wins the Ballon d'Or this season, that argument is gone.
There's no
Also, on
argument,
top of that, if he wins another Premier League, the argument is gone. And obviously, we've still got the Champions League to sort of look forward to. But besides that, Salah's been here for way longer. The same reason people, sorry, how do I say this? So, like, you know how longevity, yeah? So they'll say Van Dijk can't compare to Rio or Terry because he hasn't had the same longevity, even though he's been doing it for 7 or 8 seasons. I saw not long ago that in 2014-15, Van Dijk was in the team of the year of like the best performers, like based on like match ratings, whilst playing for Southampton.
Really?
Well, why do you think we signed him? The potential was there, but yeah, unbelievable. But yeah, like I was saying with the longevity factor, people try belittle Van Dijk with longevity compared to Rio and Ferdinand, but when it comes to Salah, the longevity argument doesn't seem to matter because he's been doing it for longer and better than Hazard. He's done it for longer and arguably way better than Ronaldo, and yeah, I think that he would rank first in that debate. That is a possibility. Yeah, I do think that people should, if they don't see him as the greatest, it should definitely be between him and Ronaldo. Nowhere lower than that. But I think for me, he takes the number 1 spot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. A lot of people might call this delusional, but there's no. I mean, what he's doing in this day and age,
Yeah,
he's
it's
doing it
unbelievable.
so
I mean,
consistently in all competitions.
It's literally like Messi numbers this season. And, you know, I said yesterday whilst we were watching the game, he's like been the closest thing, maybe not because with like his technical ability or something like that, but he's the closest thing I've seen to Messi since Messi, with cutting in on that left foot, obviously his playmaking, Of course, he hasn't always sort of reminded me of Messi, but obviously, like there is many Messi-esque plays in his game. The
Yeah,
outside of the foot trivela passes or crosses, and like I said, cutting in on that left foot, which they're both predominantly shooting with. So,
yeah,
yeah, Salah's unbelievable, but I think sort of going deeper into the game a little bit. Um, I think we should start with the defence and give it a huge props because after the Aston Villa game, we were wondering whether our defence has gone down and our records obviously got worse, and we were wondering like we can't keep a clean sheet, what's going on? But since then we've kept a clean sheet away at City, and obviously done it again now at home to Newcastle, who aren't an easy side to keep a clean sheet against.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think that's a good point because I think we saw it more. I think we saw it in the City game. I think that whole game, obviously, that was a very defensive match that we played. In the first half against Newcastle, I don't think we saw that too much. But when it comes to the second half, when Newcastle put us under more
Yeah,
pressure, especially during the first 15 minutes, then
yeah.
I think that we showed a lot of defensive force, and I think that's solely down to Van Dijk and Konate again, amazing at the back.
No, unbelievable.
And I think a player that I want to give a mention to is Trent. I think this game his defending improved a little bit.
A little bit, but I also think that Gordon wasn't really troubling him much. I think Eddie Howe was using him a bit more inside
Yeah,
rather than telling him to sort of stick it on Trent, and I think that it made Trent's job easier. It was quite surprising to me that we didn't see Gordon attempt to run
yeah.
at Trent more. But yeah, I mean, he played okay. I think he was doing well going forward. It was a good performance, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that might have been where Newcastle had a flaw in their game. I think they should have maybe
Taking
targeted
advantage,
Trent.
yeah.
Yeah, because Gordon, amazing player,
Well, how
and
many times have we seen him dust past Trent
yeah,
over the multiple
yeah,
sort of occasions we've played? So
yeah. I remember countless times I've called him shit, and he's
yeah,
punished me.
the worst one was that Nunes game where he scored two after the Van Dijk's red, yeah. And before the game, he was like, Gordon shit, Trent's going to deal with him, no problem. And then 15th minute, Trent turns with the ball on the halfway line, passes it back to the keeper, and Gordon ran through one-on-one and scored. So that was not a great memory, but I mean, what followed was definitely a great memory. But yeah, getting back to this game, I think it never felt in doubt, did it?
I
The
don't think so
result,
either.
nor did it feel in doubt against City.
I'll be honest. I think with Newcastle, within the first 15 minutes, you could see what team's winning the game.
Yeah, and
And
we get obviously the goal in the 13th minute with a lovely finish by Szoboszlai.
yeah,
He nutmegs two defenders and puts it under
amazing.
Pope's left arm, so it was unbelievable. And obviously the assist for Lucho, quick on his feet, pops it through, knocks it, and yeah, obviously Szoboszlai gets on the end of it.
Yeah,
So yeah, good to see Szoboszlai continue his good form. I mentioned on the City episode about his lack of consistency in the past and how he struggled in a few games recently, but now it seems like he's picking that consistency back up.
I
So
agree. Yeah. Um. Yeah, definitely. And I think I seen this earlier that he scored more goals with his weak
yeah,
foot this season than his strong foot.
all right.
So which one really is his weak
Yeah, I
foot?
mean that's always a bonus when you've got a player that can strike with both feet. It opens a vast range of options. You look at Odegaard at Arsenal. He's very one-footed.
Mm.
And of course, he's a quality player. Maybe not this season. He's not been performing to his greatest levels, but he's very one-footed, and it's a problem to him.
Yeah.
So definitely having that sort of ability to use 2 feet is helpful for us. But um, yeah, I've also seen that he's scored more goals than any other midfielder in the Prem in 2025. So
Yeah. Well, that goes
again,
to it.
yeah, and I think what I wanted to say as well is under Klopp, when we were at our best, when we had Wijnaldum and other players, we always said that we lacked a midfielder that could score goals because we had a very industrial midfield. Henderson, Wijnaldum, Fabinho, they weren't great at sort of striking the ball from range or scoring goals. So Yeah, it definitely sort of helps now having that midfielder that can score goals and create goals as well. So yeah, really happy with Szoboszlai today.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's finally starting to pick up his form. I don't think he was that like nothing outstanding recently over not recently as in like when we look back a few weeks, certain games like you said he lacks that bit of consistency. But I think the
He's had
last
plenty of good performances. Spurs in the Carabao Cup semi-final at home.
yeah
Spurs away in the league. Obviously, this City game now. Played well in the United game away.
yeah
So he's a good player. He's
yeah,
quality, but
but there was times where he just frustrating a little bit
yeah,
where he would just make a silly mistake. His
just
decision
making
making
decision making
just
exactly that.
that's what it came down to. And I think that I can't lie, I think the more time he works with Schlott, the better and better player you become because his decision making will improve.
It's already
So
improved compared to last season, and he's
exactly,
shown that in his numbers in goals and assists. So
exactly. So that
I'm
can
pretty sure
continue.
he's already probably evened or broken his tally from last season. So that's great to see that Slot's been able to improve him, and obviously a lot of the other
Yeah,
players in the squad as well.
yeah, I agree. I think the Schlott, the biggest player that he's improved, like the biggest improvement we've seen this season, it must be Gravenberch.
Yeah, for sure. But
Must be.
I think even what he's done with Salah, you can see it, he plays a little bit different this season compared to under Klopp. But
Yeah,
he's getting in more dangerous positions more commonly. We're using him as that out ball all the time, and it works over and over again. So yeah, it's crazy how he's managed to, like I said, this is Salah's best ever season, and he's 32, and Slot's managed to get this sort of performance and consistency from him. It's unbelievable. And Van Dijk at the back as well, it's just incredible. You just can't get past the man. And if something gets thrown into the box, he's heading it away, and there's no one anything can do about it.
I
Nothing anyone
agree.
can do about it, sorry, it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I think Schlott's had a massive impact on our team this season. So
What did you think of Shimikaz's performance, considering obviously Robbo's been picked over him consistently in the last few weeks?
I mean, I don't. I think after that Plymouth game, I think that
I've got a bit of disliking for him. Maybe not
not
disliking,
disliking,
but
but after the Plymouth game, I think that put him down in the pecking order,
yeah,
as
for sure.
in he's lost that debate whether it's over Robbo or him.
And I've seen as well now Kirkez is getting linked more and more as well, so maybe he can be on his way out in the
So
summer.
yeah, and I don't even know if I'd mind that. However, I do. I don't know. I do have some kind of like some fond memories with him,
Oh yeah,
but I
the
think
the FA Cup winning penalty
yeah,
in 22. Yeah,
that's exactly. I've got that shirt on right now. So
yeah.
yeah, like for example, like you've mentioned. So yeah, but however, yeah, like it might be time for an upgrade there. Kirkes
Yeah,
and
I mean, Shimikas was never like starting level for Liverpool. He's always sort of been the squad player, but now as we're getting more competitive, we need sort of two players that are of a certain
capable.
level
Yeah,
um, in every position. And obviously, I've seen we're linked with Hato as well from Ajax. He's like 18 or 19, and he's a young Dutch centre back, left
yeah,
footed, and he can play left back. I think
perfect.
that Hato would be a really good signing for us if we can get that over the line because the versatility, it covers centre back and left back. Then you've got Gomez, right back, centre back. You've still got Quansah there, and you've almost got three centre back players for cover, but also players that can cover on the fullbacks and play there well. So
Yeah.
definitely one to look out for that one.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Kirkes would also be a great signing.
Yeah, but I kind of like the idea of Hato more because he can play centre back
Yeah,
as well.
I agree.
I think that it's always important to have men that are versatile when you're in these tough positions. Look at Lucho because of his versatility. We've been able to put him in a false nine this season,
Yeah,
and it's brought us sort of big moments and great goals in big games. So yeah, I think it's important to have versatile players, and if we can bring in a player like Hato, that would be a massive improvement on the squad.
yeah, I definitely agree, and I would also like to see us get that over the line. However, that's if we can get it over the line, which is quite unlikely,
I
like
mean,
we've mentioned
we need
before.
a striker as well. I think it's been all but confirmed that Nunes is going to be leaving in the summer, so I think getting another striker in would be obviously a priority,
Yeah,
and obviously Jota is picking up the years now, obviously getting older, so we're gonna need a sort of a long-term replacement for him in the future as well. Maybe he'll leave. He was linked with Arsenal,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll see what happens there.
I hope Darwin Núñez can give us a bit of a farewell, wins the Premier League, and like maybe he can go out on a bit of a better note than he might have if he left in January.
I mean, I think that Brentford moment, obviously Núñez's time won't be remembered here well, but that Brentford moment was a pivotal point in the season, and that will be remembered for years to come in the
Yeah.
case that we win the league. So I think that you know. That will be sort of remembered for a long time, and that was obviously after the January window. So, yeah, look, it is what it is, but hopefully we can bring in someone better, maybe an Isaac.
Yeah, I mean that would genuinely be amazing.
Dream,
I
yeah.
think if we can get Isaac in, then there's nothing stopping us from doing the unthinkable next season.
Yeah, but let's not get carried away. Let's
Yeah.
stick to this season and the game that was obviously played on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, just really good performance. I think well managed by Schlott. We managed the ball well, we managed the time well, we killed the clock. It got a bit later, we hit them on the counter, scored
Yeah.
again, and really took full advantage on all 3 points. So that's all you
Yeah.
can really ask
Well,
for.
we saw we got a goal early, then we controlled the game a little bit. Second half start of it was a bit rough, but
Yeah, but
we got another one and we killed the game, and then eventually we just played it out.
of
And
course, they
yeah,
come out to the second half a bit pumped up from the team talk. Let's go do this, lads. And then,
yeah,
we sort of have a wobbly 5 minutes, but Anfield gets louder and Liverpool stepped up after that
exactly.
and took back control of the game. So that was important. And I think what makes Liverpool so good is that, we control their moments where teams are vulnerable. The first 5 minutes after half time, or the first whistle, or the last sort of 5 minutes of the game, the teams are vulnerable
Yeah,
to
I agree.
conceding. And when we're at our most vulnerable, we can still defend pretty well and sort of even counter really well. With just all it takes is a pass to Trent, one long ball on over the fullback to Salah, and
Yeah,
we're on a potential goal counter attack just because of Salah's quality. Whether he finds the Trevella inside or cuts inside and scores, it's going to be a goal.
yeah, I agree, and I think that Anfield is really special for that kind of thing because Anfield, like you said, it can nearly control the pace of the game, and we noticed that.
But the thing is, it works hand in hand with the team, because when the team doesn't show anything,
Yeah,
Anfield's not gonna. But then when
true.
the team, and then obviously sometimes it gets hard and they need the support, and like there'll be a corner, so Anfield will get up, and do you know what I mean? But it's kind of dependent on the players and the
Yeah, as
crowd,
well.
and to make it
Well,
orchestrate together.
they got to put on an entertaining match for
Of
the
course.
viewers. So, and then once they do that, then
Well,
they
I
got
don't
more
think
the.
it's about entertainment. I
Well,
think
it's
it's
more or
about
less
getting the
like
result. That's all.
nah,
Every person in that stadium
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
there to be
but
entertained. They're there to watch their team win.
but in the point that I mean is, let's say we was going 2-0 down, and then for all example, like the crowd would be a bit dead. We score one goal, all of a sudden the crowd like, all right, our comeback could really
No,
be
at
on.
at 2-0 it wouldn't be dead because we don't lose at Anfield.
Yeah,
So
okay,
the
yeah,
fans know that, so they'd have to get up because there's no other chance.
yeah, fair enough.
But yeah. Anyways, back to the game again, I guess.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to touch on is Van Dijk's communication that we
Yeah,
noticed during the
yeah.
match. We were talking about this,
Unbelievable.
and we saw it time and time again on how he genuinely can control the game from centre back, because he stands back and he watched the whole match and he controls the whole back line, the whole midfield, the whole attack. He's pointing. For example, he saw Trent didn't really have enough space to pull off a through ball, and Newcastle had a bit of a high line going. So Van Dijk just pointed back to him, tell him to take a few steps back, receive the ball and attempt a long ball. It didn't go as planned, however, he didn't get the long ball off, but however, the fact that Van Dijk can still control how the team works, I think it's nearly like a FIFA game. It's amazing to watch
Yeah,
as
I
well.
mean, I've seen an interview with him before. I think I've said this on the pod where he was talking to, I can't remember who it was. It was either Rio or someone else from BT, or TNT, should I say. but he was saying that he controls the play. The manager's told him to do that. That is his
Yeah.
role in that team, to sort of tell and dictate people where they need to go and how they can break through the lines. So it's a key part of the team, and I think that's why we can keep such a good defensive structure with all the midfielders tracking back and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
a
I
thing I
mean,
wanted to touch on as well, Endo. It's if the man's coming on last 15, you ain't getting a goal, mate. Unlucky.
yeah,
You're going back home defeated or with the draw, but you ain't scoring another one. And
that
it's unbelievable
that might have been one of the most underrated signings we've made
for
because
how cheap
I
he
think it was
was.
13 million,
Yeah,
and he's genuinely just amazing.
unbelievable. Considering how cheap he was and considering the expectations we've had, he's blown us out the water, and he's so important to bring on for them last 15. Come on and make sure that the 3 points come back to us at Anfield. So
Yeah.
especially in tough away games, like City, etc. It's really important.
Yeah, I agree, and the fact that he can come on and he just kills the game essentially. The fact that he can, he controls the play. He fights for the badge a lot, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, I think he's a great signing that we made. This was last season, of course. Um, yeah, I think that really helped the midfield rebuild as well,
Yeah.
which was pretty much the
Obviously,
goal.
it was important in last season. He played a lot of the games. Obviously, I remember his performance versus City at home.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. But obviously, Gravenberch has sort of stepped up and taken his role this season.
yeah,
But what I love about him is there's no moaning, no complaining in the media. He has a role in this team. He knows what it is, and he gets on with his job. And he's still getting a Premier League winners medal at the end of the season. So obviously that's more than worth doing the sort of job he's doing.
yeah. I agree, and I think these are the kind of players that get us over, make the extra difference
Exactly.
to get us over the line. These players that don't really get their flowers too often, don't really get a big shout.
Fernandinho was that like that for City towards the sort of end when Rodri started coming in. For Fernandinho was that player for City, and he'd just
Yeah,
come in and kill a game. John Obi Mikel for Mourinho's Chelsea. That was another one. If he came on, you knew you weren't scoring, and now Endo is that new man. So he's really important to Liverpool squad depth and Liverpool squad in general, and obviously gives us a good option off the bench every game if we're leading and ahead.
yeah. So I think squad depth is quite vital. We've seen it with City. I think I mentioned this before. We've seen in City in previous seasons when they have players like that are over 50 million in value, two of them in each position,
And
and
ours are valued over 50 million, but guess what? We didn't buy him for
yeah,
anywhere near it.
exactly, and that's
I think that's what's most impressive about us. If you look through the squad, Kelleher, homegrown. Bradley, homegrown.
grown.
Kanate, not sorry, Quansah,
Mm.
homegrown. Gomez, we brought him from Charlton at like 19, near enough homegrown.
Yeah,
Shimikas, we paid like 13 mil from Olympiacos or wherever he came from. And then if you look in midfield, Endo 13 mil, Jones 3 obviously, Elliott was from Fulham. You then look at Chiesa 13 mil. You look at Jota, let's say, as Nunes, the rotation striker. Sorry, he
yeah,
was around. Obviously, he was quite a bit. But he's going to be gone at the end of the season.
yeah.
And then you look at left wing, and Gakpo was in and around 30 or 40 mil, so it's not too bad. And
Yeah,
considering what they're valued at now and what they're performing at, they're sort of how cheaply we've assembled that depth. It's really impressive.
yeah. I think we have a great ability to be able to turn players into something great. Unfortunately, Nunes isn't a good example of this. However, maybe near enough every other signing or most of the signings, 80% of them work out well and have a massive role in the team. So it's rare where you see a signing flop at Liverpool, I think.
Yeah, I think the only notable ones I've seen were Naby Keita, who I'll never forgive for that last minute Trivela attempt from outside the box
In the
versus
Champions
Madrid.
League, yeah.
Yeah, and Nunes. But other than that, I think sort of since Klopp era and obviously now we've got everything right, and
Yeah.
it's really impressive and important for us. But on the other hand, the contract situation still isn't fixed. So We can praise them as much as we want for making the right transfers, but they haven't made the right decisions with the contract as of yet. So
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of hope in me that believes that this will all solve itself, but I just don't really see where and how.
neither, and
But
that's the problem. And I've been having that hope in my head for like pretty much the last year and a half, but we're just ticking down the days now until they go somewhere else. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
definitely a big concern for next season. But I think whilst we're here, we need to enjoy the ride this season. You know, enjoy every game as it comes, and enjoy that we're at this level. And then what will be next season will be. We'll have to see about that. But let's make the most of this one, and I think we are definitely doing that.
Yeah, and I think this Newcastle game showed us that I don't know, they might as well put the red ribbons onto the Premier League title now.
I mean, it's either going to be the top three are all red teams: Forest, Arsenal, and
Oh.
Liverpool. So I think it's pretty fair to put the red ribbons on. You could probably drop it at Anfield if you'd like.
Yeah, that'd be nice. With
Also,
the guard of honour from the
Let me bring
Arsenal.
something up. I saw this on Sky Sports Instagram today, this morning, I think. Let me bring it up. Right. I can't find it, of course.
What are you looking for?
So it was the potential days that we could win the league. I definitely saved it. Yeah, it was the possible days we could win the league. Right, I didn't save it. Okay, never mind. That's just brilliant. So yeah, I think there's a high possibility we win at home to Arsenal.
And I think that would be genuinely one of like the best feelings in the world.
Yeah, I think
With
if we win it in that game, that is going to be spectacular. It's going to be brilliant. They've obviously won it at Anfield before, so getting that one back on them would be nice. It would be nice if
Yeah.
it was at the Emirates and we could do a job on them and win it, but we'll take it at Anfield. And yeah, 20 league titles for Liverpool potentially coming up.
that
Even
is
in Manchester United's record for obviously Premier League and First Division titles, and obviously we're sitting pretty with the double the Champions Leagues they have. So
yeah.
we'll potentially equal the leagues this season, and we've already got double their Champions Leagues. And I think if we do win this league this season, we will solidify ourselves as the biggest club in England.
Yeah, that's exactly
In the
what I was
eyes,
about to say.
in the eyes of everyone, not only us Liverpool fans, because
Yeah.
we know it. You know, okay, cool, we're one title behind United, but also those three UCLs
yeah.
hold more weight, in
I
my
agree.
opinion, because that's the biggest competition in club football, and the fact we've won it 6 times and they've won it 3, and you know, if you take everyone else in the sort of top 5, top 6 at the minute right now, we've won more Champions Leagues than all of them combined. So you know, it goes to show, and obviously
Yeah.
maybe not with Chelsea in there as well, but Forest have 2 as well, so it's not quite true. But obviously Arsenal have none, United have 3, Chelsea have 2. Those are all teams that we're doubling, tripling on, and Forest have 2. But yeah, there's no one that gets close to us in England, I don't think, and a couple more Champions Leagues and we might be in that debate with Madrid.
Well,
I don't think it would ever be a winnable debate, but yeah.
well, I mean, I would like to be in that debate, though. To be honest, being the biggest club in the world
Yeah.
would be an amazing achievement.
Don't get me wrong, I already think that. I don't care who says I'm delusional. I don't care. I'm a Liverpool fan, so of course I think we're the biggest club on the world.
Yeah, I just think the way that you see it, the way I see it, sorry, if you go to some mad jungle in Africa, people gonna know what Real Madrid is, and
They will also probably know who Mo Salah and Liverpool are, though.
maybe not Mo Salah, well, maybe in Africa,
Definitely Mo Salah, bro. Mo
Def-
Salah's like globally recognised everywhere, bro.
but you reckon?
Yeah.
What you reckon? If you go to Peru, they're gonna know who Salah is, like in
Yeah.
the deep of the Amazon.
Well, would you think that in the deeps of Amazon they're gonna know who anyone is? What you're on about them tribes in the Amazon that run around like painted black with skeletons painted on them, Like, is this the tribes we're talking about that you think are going to know anything about Real Madrid? Oh, yeah, Valverde, cracking little player that is.
What, you reckon they've never seen that?
No,
Somebody
they
with a Real
don't have
Madrid shirt?
and you think they know what that is? They don't have access to the internet. The only thing they have access to is the spiders and tarantulas and snakes in the Amazon rainforest, mate. Can't imagine you just pick up a tarantula and slap on Champions League highlights for Real Madrid. But I mean,
Well, I don't know how we got from the Newcastle
It was
post-match chat to the Amazon
was you.
rainforest. But you know what? Yeah, let's revert back to the game, and I think it's fair to say we should do the player ratings right about now.
that's fair. And Allison, for me, an 8.
Yeah, an 8.
Brilliant.
Yeah, again, clean
a
sheet.
few big saves in there and a clean sheet,
I
so
think that was
important.
quite a similar performance to Man City.
Yeah, I think he had a bit more to do against City, especially that Marmoush shot after we went 2-0 up, but after the third goal got disallowed, sorry. But yeah, Alisson solid at the back again, well playing out with his feet, gets an 8 from me.
What do you think about Trent?
Yeah, I think 7. I think he was good.
Enough,
Wasn't bad at all, and yeah, I think that warrants him a 7.
Yeah, I don't think that he had any poor performances or anything that just made me. I don't think he had a typical Trent,
No.
blunder.
We knew that it was going to be a good game when he completed a pass in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Me and
exactly.
Alex have realised this thing that Trent tends to mess up his first sort of 4 or 5 passes of a game, and after that he really starts playing them worldies and getting them where he wants them. It's like he needs to set his calibre. But
he has to get used to the football.
Yeah, but last night he was straight off the bounce doing it, so that was good to see. And yeah, onto Ibu.
Ibu, yeah, amazing performance. Yeah, again. I think we can probably even group them together again.
Yeah,
Just
Ibu, Van
amazing.
Dijk, 9.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Any
they
day
both-
we keep a clean sheet, the centre halves get a 9.
Exactly,
so good
'cause
performance,
because they generally have a massive part to play.
of
so,
course. And
Shimikas
Shimikas on the left again, 7.
7, yeah,
Didn't
not
have a
too
problem
bad,
with
not
him
too
at all.
great.
Thought he was decent,
Yeah, he was pretty, he was. You
solid.
could say he's quality.
Yeah,
I don't think he's not, he didn't play special. He was good, And then moving on to Gravenberch and that turn that he had, completed
multiple
again.
times. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
It's just such a joy to watch, and I love watching midfielders like that. I love Paul Pogba, even though he played for United. I loved Yaya Toure, obviously Zidane before that. These tall midfielders that just get unbelievable with their shooting and stuff like that. So Gravenberch is great, and yeah, I think an 8 would be fair.
Yeah.
Wins the
agree.
ball back a lot, progresses
agree.
it well, passes forward.
Yeah,
You
I
love
mean,
to see it.
it's his signature these days.
Yeah.
You can turn out with the ball amazingly quick.
And not
so-
only then, he'll find the right pass and the
Yeah.
right tempo and quality all round.
Exactly. He generally is the one player we can rely on to get the ball from the defence and move it up the pitch consistently.
Yeah, alongside as well, good transition. Alexis McAllister, yeah.
I agree.
9,
Yeah,
unbelievable,
an amazing
great goal.
So
Really important for the first goal as well. Really important for the game. Obviously, gets bruised and battered like every game, but he
Yeah.
keeps fighting, keeps winning that ball back, and it's what you love to see.
I noticed that recently he's been getting battered more and more. I think maybe everyone just thinks he's a cunt because he's so good.
Yeah,
Everyone
probably.
probably just hates him because he's too good. They can't
Yeah,
touch
they
him,
can't get
so-
near him, so they've got to foul him.
I agree. So yeah, like an amazing performance.
9 is
so
definitely warranted. And
yeah.
to another man that is maybe a bit too good, Dominic Szoboszlai.
amazing.
Yeah, another
amazing.
great
So proud of
performance.
that goal
Key
as well.
goal, obviously, getting
Yeah.
one in early and sort of stabling the ship. It was great to see.
Exactly. I love his performance yet again. It's so good to see his good run of form. It's just joy to watch, honestly, and I think I see more and more people comparing him to
Yeah.
Steven Gerrard.
Which is in itself a massive
Which-
compliment.
Yeah, and
I wouldn't
think,
go there quite yet, but he's still young. He's still got a lot ahead of him.
Yeah.
He might be really special.
He could be what we've been lacking.
Yeah,
Genuinely,
exactly
to
that.
get us over the edge, like I said earlier. And then Mo
Salah.
Salah.
I think an 8 is fair.
Yeah, I think
If he got a goal, he'd get bumped up to a 9. Oh, did we give Szoboszlai a rating? I don't think we did, you know. Let's
Oh, I
give him
think
a
we did.
9 as well.
Yeah, a 9.
And then Salah, I think fair enough to get an 8. He gets the assist, obviously really
Yeah.
nice assist, obviously really nice dribbling in there, and key for progressing the ball. But I think the goal would have pushed him to a 9 or a 10 if he got 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's an 8 today for Mo, but it's still magnificent, and he continues his goal and assist streak.
I can't argue with that at all.
No.
Genuinely amazing. The GA streak, like you said, is genuinely quite fascinating. Now, let me have a look how much games it is. We went over the games. I don't want to go over the games again. I just want to see how long it's actually been, because that is genuinely mind blowing.
Well, the last game he didn't get a goal or an assist was the
Brentford.
yeah.
So, hold on, let me have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, he's got 17
7,
assists, 25 goals.
9, 10. So it's been 10 matches,
Yeah.
which is amazing. So, yeah, I think 9's warranted. No, sorry, an 8 was warranted. Moving on to Shota, yeah.
Not great for
Not
me.
great again.
I think
Think he missed
his
the
lack of
sitter.
confidence showed, and I think it was a 6. Like, he wasn't too bad, but he was nothing phenomenal. So I'll give him a 6 for today. But yeah, I think we've got more to desire from Jota. But I think maybe that injury that he had sort of means that he's not quite back to the pace yet. But you know, we'll expect it back soon.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing that type of finishing that he used to have, and I think that's a shame to see, because he's.
But
a
the
player.
finishing doesn't go. The finishing stays with you. I think it's either a lack of confidence or just he's struggling to get back to fitness after an injury because he's regularly injured. So I
Possibly.
think, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, and that is fair to say. So I think a 6 is a fair rating for him.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and that's Diaz last but not least. And I think he gets a 7.
Yeah.
Good assist, running round all game really well, obviously.
I reckon I can bump that up to maybe even a 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Since
Because-
Salah got an 8 and an assist, let's give Diaz a 7.5.
Yeah, and I think that's might be because of his assist, and I think his overall in-game play was great. So yeah, and I think that is everybody. So
Well, just one last man, Arne Slot. Obviously wasn't on the touchdown, but still commanding the team from Rose at Anfield. So for Slot, I think a 9 is fair.
Yeah.
The game plan worked well. It's what we've seen us do multiple times, 2-0 over the season. So really impressive.
Well, I mean, our assistant coach got a red as well.
Yeah, so it was
the
like our
assistant. He can also get a 9.
A 9, yeah.
So fair enough.
Yeah, I
Special
think
shout
that
to him.
wraps everything up for today's episode. So thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you after the very exciting PSG game.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Cheers.